Hi, my name is Michelle, and this story literally happened yesterday. I mean, there's so much to tell about last night that I'm not really sure where to start. In short, I got betrayed by my best friend, and I almost died. And both happened within 15 minutes. It all started as a truth or dare game. I have a group of friends I've known since we were all like 5 years old. There are 6 of us, all girls, and we are 14 now. Well, a couple of us have already turned 15. I won't bother you with names, since I would have to change them anyway to tell this story, but the important thing is that among all of them, I have a best friend. Her name is Lana. Or should I say I had a best friend. Anyway, Lana and I live close to each other, so we've always seen each other more often. And we grew really close. So basically, she knew a lot about me, and I knew a lot about her. Or did I? You've also got to keep in mind that I am a really, really private person, and I hate telling people personal things, so Lana is an exception. There are a lot of things about me that she doesn't know either. Never mind all that. Let's stick to the story. Last night, we had planned to have a sleepover at Lana's. Her parents were away on vacation, and they had no problem leaving the whole house at Lana's disposal. She had never caused them any trouble on any of their previous trips, but I can only imagine the looks on their faces when they come back this time and hear what happened. So, 5 of us came over to Lana's for a sleepover because one of our friends, let's call her Judy, got sick. That was not the first time we spent the night at Lana's. I would come and hang out with her often, since I only lived 2 houses away. Last night we started out watching a movie. Then we cooked dinner together. 2 of our friends love cooking. After that, we decided we wanted to play something. And someone suggested Truth or Dare, a classic sleepover game. As a very private person, I hate this game a lot, because I have to pick Dare every time. The idea of telling any secret, even to a group of close friends, is just terrifying. It was okay in the beginning. Harmless questions, easy tasks, like singing a stupid song, or calling Judy to convince her Ed Sheeran was here with us doing a fan interaction project. I mean, I know it's dumb, but I managed to sound dead serious, and Judy almost believed me. The girls spoiled everything when they started laughing. They just could not keep it in anymore. One more thing before we get to the main part. Lana and I have a classmate named Josh. Josh Hurley. That's what I'll call him here. And, thank God this is anonymous, I really, really like him. He's amazing. And he also lives right across the street from Lana's. We talk at school every once in a while, but it never goes further than that. I believe it could, but he does not know about my feelings. No one does, except for Lana. So we're playing and it's my turn again, and I pick Dare. The girls can't come up with a task for me right away, and after a few minutes, Lana says she has a great idea. She says I have to get on the roof of her house and shout, "I love you, Josh Hurley," 3 times as loud as I can. I mean, if this is not betrayal, then what is? I still can't believe she said it. She knew I liked Josh, and she knew there was a big chance he'd hear it, and how embarrassed I would be. Now I deeply regret I didn't just flat out refuse and go home. Who cares what they would think if I did? But at that moment, I thought, a game is a game, and I just had to get it over with. I got on the roof through the bedroom window, and I found a spot that I thought was safe. It was almost midnight, so it was really dark. The girls were standing at the window, ready to film the whole thing. Once again, the phrase was, "I love you, Josh Hurley." I shouted it once, dying of embarrassment. Then a second time. All of the lights in Josh's house were off, so I was praying nobody was home, because if they were, the whole family would be woken up by my screams. The girls were laughing and cheering. I really wanted this to be over, so I took a deep breath and shouted it out for the 3rd time. As I was shouting, I started to slip down the roof. It was terrifying. I tried to brake with my hands, but it didn't work until I got to the very edge. That was where I stopped. But now I could not move, otherwise I might have fallen down at any second. And Lana's is a 3-story house. I turned my head carefully to look at the girls, and they were no less frightened than I was. Once I realised that they had no idea what to do, I shouted at them to run and get my parents. It was all over relatively soon, since my parents were there in 2 minutes, also terrified, and then the fire department came with a ladder. But you can imagine the stress I had already gone through. My parents were not happy at all, especially when they found out that it all happened as part of a game. But there was also one good thing. Josh was away at the movies with his family, so he heard none of it. That was a total relief. I tried to talk to Lana about the whole thing, but she makes it sound like what happened was totally fine, and she did nothing wrong. Never again will I do something just because someone says I have to. I don't know what to do here. Maybe you guys have advice for me. Leave it in the comments, and remember, don't let anyone drag you into something that might be harmful.